What's up, everyone? I'm Don Chenz, and I am here with an esteemed guest, the one, the only, Nick Grant.
What's up, man?
Woo!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I really
brother.
appreciate you for coming through.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Smile is out now.
Yes, sir.
It's incredible.
Thank
Go
you,
stream it. Go buy it if you could buy it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Go buy
I got physicals coming.
They're coming?
Yeah, in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
I'm a big vinyls? CDs?
CDs.
Right.
This is my first time doing CDs.
Really?
So, yeah.
Interesting.
I did vinyls on a major. I was on a major label, so they will always do vinyls. But, you know, that was before my time. I always wanted to do the CD. So I'm like, I'm getting my first CD.
There's going to be a time where the CDs become nostalgic enough that that's what, like, now everyone's like vinyl is like the hot thing, but I feel like CDs are starting to
100%
get in the same thing. That's dope. I'm a big merch and vinyl and physicals guy, so I will be copping the CD when it's out. But,
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
But yeah, go get Smile. Go listen to it. It is a very good project. We're going to talk about it. And I was saying before, I had the other week, I had Reason in here too, but like you, Reason, Deontay Hitchcock all on 195 Oak, all going crazy. Everyone's getting celebrated albums. Like that's really cool.
Hell yeah, that's dope. That's rare that it happens too. Just young talent that's like, you know, had a lot of ups and downs in all our careers. I can't necessarily speak for them, but just watching, I know, you know, and just the business that we in, I'm sure they had ups and downs, but to see them, like you said, have these celebrated albums all at once, that's not common.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's dope.
Especially in today's day and age where it always feels like things come and go. But you know, those things, people talking about them is good. 100%. I feel like I've seen a lot of people praising this project too. Like I saw you retweeting a ton of people quoting all the lyrics stuff. Like I know Justin Hunt went crazy, like he was one of them, but I saw a lot of people are dissecting the lyrics, which we also said in the other video we did. That's not people don't like doing that. They like to say they like doing that and they care about lyricism, but they don't actually care about lyricism like they say they do.
They only care at the mainstream level, like super mainstream level.
Or if you're dissing people. If you just diss someone, now everyone cares. Like people dissecting
Let's see what he said.
Yeah. Is that something that frustrates you, kind of? You feel like you've been barring up for years of people not giving you the credit you deserve, probably?
Yeah, I talk a lot of... Can I curse?
Yeah,
I talk a lot of shit behind that, but I'm just like... You know, I just poke fun at it because the people that actually listen to me, they love it, you know. So to kind of like focus on that and just be stuck on that is to kind of be like ungrateful for the people that do actually listen to my music. So
yeah, it's just hard because like the negativity, like the certain things are always louder than others. So like that kind of support, you don't notice that as much as the other shit.
100%. Yeah. So I try to just, you know, be an optimist about, you know, people listening to the music and being grateful for the people that actually take the time and do, like you said, all those tweets that I retweeted.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, you gotta be grateful for those people. So always grateful for those.
And it's dope to kind of represent, like, there will be some people who I think are just uninformed and not tapped in when they have this kind of critique, but they'll say like, you know, hip hop's not the same. Like, where's the real hip hop? You aren't really rapping, blah blah blah. Like it's out there. People are doing it. Like you're obviously one of them. So it's good that people are, you know, recognizing that. Obviously.
Yeah, and to say this too, like just. We got a responsibility as artists, but you also have a responsibility as a fan to shine the light on, you know, people that are like pushing the envelope musically, culturally, you know?
Yeah, that's something. So like, I mean, that's what I try to focus my content on. A lot of like the discovery, the curation. And it was kind of a hot topic not too long ago where people were kind of saying like debating on music criticism and that you shouldn't always be positive. Like it's good to be negative. So people, you know, like you should be able to critique things so people could take your positive reviews seriously. But I kind of like, I'll do that when it makes sense, I guess, give my true opinions. But I don't get why people listen to stuff just to talk shit about it.
Right.
I feel like that's become the norm of everyone's just like, they want to listen to something just so they could tweet that it's trash or it's mid.
100%. They already went into it with that mindset though. That's what's so crazy.
Yeah. Like that's just not, I don't know about everyone else in this room. That's not why I started listening to hip hop in the first place.
Absolutely not.
Like I was listening to hate on shit. I was listening to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you think the battle had any effect on that?
It's definitely made it worse and amplified it a ton.
Okay.
But I think it's always been like that.
Got you. Okay.
I think, at least. What do you think?
Got you. Yeah, I think it amplified it for sure. For sure. Because it isolated people and made people like, you know, go to different sides, and whoever was under the tree of the person that they didn't like, you know, they went into it like anybody that had something to say. It could have just been me as a random artist saying something on Twitter. Let me go hate because I don't like what he said on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's that type of thing too.
And I don't get like, I don't also see the need to take sides. Like I guess like my favorite artist is Tyler the Creator. If someone comes to Tyler the Creator, I will take his side.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
for sure.
But like everyone else, like it's just entertainment for me at the end of the day. Like you can like both people. Everything's can become very tribal and it's also like who knows what's even real on the internet anymore. I feel like half the shit I'm looking at is fake anyway.
For sure.
Like especially Twitter. It's like mostly bots 100%. Probably. How did the beef change anything to how you approached your music or how you viewed like where hip hop is at right now?
No, I just sat back as a fan and just just watched the whole thing play out. Obviously I'm like, you know, I have like relations, like cool relations with like Punch and, you know, TDE. They've been people that I came across, and Punch has helped me a lot in my career. So, you know, obviously I'm a little more biased in that way, but you know, musically it was just fun to watch for me.
Yeah, that's exactly why. I think
it got a little nasty, but you know, that's just hip hop. That's just the hip hop industry.
Yeah, that's another one too, where it's like I feel like it did feel nastier, but they kind of always are nasty to a degree. So it's like I don't know. That's another thing where I think where the internet's at now, everything's just so amplified that like it's is it nastier or is it just louder and more in your face?
Right.
You know, you can't you just feel like you can't escape it.
100%.
That's really what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
100%. It's just right there, and everybody can see it real time. You got access to just put your opinion on you know, in front of some of the biggest people in music.
Yeah, right.
Because if you make enough sense or if you hate hard enough, they may see it. Enough people may retweet it, and the person that you're talking about may see it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy time. So.
And it's that, and I also think people can't think for themselves, so they just regurgitate what they're seeing. So it's you know, it whatever academic says that like trickles down. Whatever like someone says on the other side that trickles down. Like I feel like it's just people are, you know, repeating the same talking points.
100%.
Yeah. Speaking of Punch. That was something he's on the album Smile.
Yeah, he's on the album. Yep.
I feel like I have a good knowledge of stuff, hip hop, whatever. I feel dumb for not realizing that he rapped. Am I an idiot for not knowing that?
Oh no. He doesn't like boast and brag about it, but you know, he got some classic records with like Kendrick and you know just the Black Hippie when they was doing all those records. I believe it's a record called West Coast Wu-Tang where he went crazy.
Like
so.
I thought he was always just like a behind the scenes exec label guy. I don't know. I feel like did I just miss a whole thing like that I should have been aware of?
He's nice.
Like,
he's nice.
Because he was nice. Yeah.
He raps really well.
Yeah.
Better than a lot of rappers.
Yeah. It was impressive.
Yeah. So.
Especially like me going into it like not realizing like I thought he was just gonna be like talking on it when I heard him. I was like, whoa. So you did put me onto that. Like I learned about his rap career a little bit.
Nah, that's dope. That's good that I can even do that. So it's like you could just see another because I think in this business, man, is it's important to be a multi-hyphenate. It's important to be an executive, to also rap, to also, you know, put out content for the other artists, whether it's movies or videos or direct or, you know, it's just good to be a multi-hyphenate in this business. I think that's the best way to grow as an artist. So
that's the only way. That's the name of the game across the board. If you're doing any sort of entertainment or content, like you got to be able to do a little bit of everything.
100%.
Yeah, otherwise you're just going to fall behind and you don't want to be waiting on other people.
For sure. For sure.
So then with Punch, like, were you in a group? Like then I got confused about the group. Like then there was a room full of mirrors.
It's super confusing.
Like did he rap in the group or was he like he put the group together?
He rapped in the group too. He put it together and rapped in the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you guys link up?
Man, I was actually in another situation. And he just was like, man, your music is dope. He just hit me out of nowhere. This is like 10 years ago. Yeah, it's like 2016, 2017. It's like 10 years ago.
Is that before you signed to a major too? Like even before
I was
that,
on the major. I was on Epic, and I had put out an album, and I think a fan said something like, "Yo, you listen to Nick Grant's album yet?" I didn't even know he was aware of me. And he was like, "Nah, but I'm gonna get to it." And then after that, he hit me. He was like, well, he put a line on Twitter that I said in the album. And I was like, man, thank you for this. This is dope. And he hit me. He was like, yo, whatever you need, man, you know, just let me know. So we always just built consistently from there. And then when I moved to LA, our bond just got a little stronger, yeah.
Yeah, so then you stayed tight with him. And then like Daylight was in that group too.
Yeah, he was in the group too, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Itchy Bond, Early Riser, you know, yeah, a few other people. It's dope.
Gotcha. So then, is the group still active, or like you?
Yeah, it's active.
Yeah, are you still in it, or
no? I got out of the group. I just felt like for me it was just different things that I was trying to do.
Yeah.
And you know, a little bit of ego too. because I was I had LPs out, so it was like, I'm gonna do this, but I don't really want this to be the main focus of what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's ego in a way of, I don't want to have to start from scratch. You know?
I don't think that's ego. I think that's just kind of making a business decision at the end of the day. Like,
Got you.
I don't know. That's at least how I would think of it.
Could be. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I just, I don't want to not take accountability.
Yeah.
For something, but I also don't want to put myself at a disadvantage for something that wasn't malicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you're working hard at the solo career. I mean, it's what I said. Like, I was a little confused by it. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
So, but with him, man, we just so solid. That he was just, it didn't affect nothing. Yeah. Maybe briefly it affected something. It affected something. But I ain't gonna lie to you. It affected it briefly, but just as men and having love and respect for each other, it was just kind of easy to, get back on the same page. All it was a phone call.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, why you? But it was out of love. Like, nah, niggas all love, man. I love you. that type stuff.
That's how, friends and brothers talk to each other. You just say what you mean and say how you feel, and everyone moves past it. You're good.
I curse my brother out every day. we go back and forth every day about stupid shit. But
better be like that than hold it in and talk shit behind their back, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm never, only I can do that. Like, nobody else can do that. Nobody else can talk shit about him. That's a fight.
That's right. So then how'd you come to get him on the album? Like, what was that process like? Did you just hit him or he hit you?
He had hit me one day. He was like, yo, I'm at the studio. Pull up. So I just pulled up on him. But at the time I was working on this album. So when I finished the session, I had did something. I was wrapping up something that I started the day before. So when I went up there, I played it for him. He was like, man, it's hard. At the end of it, he was like, man, give me let me put something on that. And that was it. It was that simple and organic.
That's awesome.
It didn't take him long either. It took him a couple days, knock it out for me. So
hell yeah, you still got it.
Yeah, sharp too. Still got it.
So when the album was coming out, what was your thought process when you realized Drake was dropping the same day?
I knew. I remember Tavar hit me. He was like, "You want to change the date?" I'm like, "No, for what?" And then he had the same sentiment. It was like, he's like, "I hate changing dates," and I was like, "Oh, that's perfect because I don't want to change it."
Yeah.
I feel like just being realistic. I'm not in a space where I can challenge him. You know what I'm saying? Just being realistic, whether people feel like I'm better or not, just numbers wise, and history, and from just him having the experience, it's Drake. So it's like I feel like that could only help me to where people and we in the era of people comparing shit to other stuff. So it's like, what else came out today? So I think in that way, it kind of helped me.
Right, people are checking at least that day,
for
maybe that's not their habit to check every Friday or some shit like that.
The only thing was I didn't know he was dropping 3.
That was my next question. Then did your thought process change? You realize it was 3 in a million songs, and you're like, fuck.
Because it's like now they comparing all his shit to each other. So it's like that was the only thing. But I think it helped me in a way.
I could see that.
I think it helped me in a way.
And I also think, like you said, numbers wise, you're not competing per se, but it's also you're not. It's not the same type of music. Not the same person who's going to Drake is necessarily going to your music.
100%.
It doesn't necessarily change things. And also with the way things work, everything's so fast, and discoverability is happening in perpetuity that it almost doesn't matter when something came out. It's just a matter of if I didn't know Nick Grant dropped one video or one clip or might be the thing that made me realize. So if I didn't catch it the millisecond it dropped.
For sure. Right. But people will get to it. I'm not running from anything, anybody. and I just run my own race. You know what I'm saying? I'm just running my race. I ain't really competing with nobody.
Yeah, and then it's also you could every time you could drop, there's some excuse you could make for maybe this time, maybe that's not the right time. It's just when it's ready, drop it, pick a date, and put it out.
Yeah. People got to it, and they loved it. So
I mean, everyone's tweeting about it. So
for sure. So that was dope, man. I wouldn't change it. I don't see what the difference would have been had I switched the date. So
I think my favorite songs on the album probably "Money Problems."
Man,
I love that one.
That's his joy too. Yeah, look at it. That's
he raises his hand me too. Second that. But that's great.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that one, and then what was the other one? The one with West Side Gun, Price Tag.
Price Tag, yeah.
Price Tag.
Young Chris was on there too.
Young Chris was dope, and then probably the song with Punch. That was probably my third.
Okay.
But Money Problems is definitely that was one of the singles too.
Yeah, that was one of the singles. Yeah. That's probably the most personal song on that album.
Yes, not like especially the end. The end obviously gets very heavy. Yeah. I liked the line about like how'd you word it? I'm gonna butcher it. Like if your soul's in debt, then you still have money problems. Like that.
You got it.
That's probably my favorite line. That's probably my favorite line in the whole album. Like that. Yeah. That was a dope song.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. That was Kenyon Dixon and Yuri. They produced that record too. So yeah, fire, man.
Do you write about a lot of, I feel like, heavy subject matter? You're like a lot of the times, like, do you find that easy, or has it gotten easier to do? How does that like affect your life, I guess? Like, how does all that work with the writing process?
Like, it's therapy, man. You know, somebody was asking me the other day, like, man, you doing all of these interviews, like, you not tired? Like, this ain't hard. This ain't. I'm like, bro, this ain't hard. You ever see your dad lose a fight?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's like real hard. So I'm like, this ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think that pocket of storytelling, that pocket of like sharing with the world, even though it's hard at times and I cringe when I'm writing some of this stuff, but that's how I know I'm in the right spot. You know, when I'm sharing these stories and sharing these feelings. So I think that's important too. And it's the gift of giving back, because it also lets people know that are listening, they're not alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And somebody's going through the same thing that you be going through, or worse. And this song, this thing that I took my time with to write and perfect, and, you know, I put so much of my experience into it, is, you know, it could be a blessing to somebody else. So I don't really take that lightly.
I see the mosquito now. Sorry.
Yeah, you see him? He flying. Yeah. He trying to get him.
Trying to get him out. Oh, go to the door. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah, you go.
All right. I'll try to ignore it.
He bit my man over there.
We've had a mosquito.
He got you red over there.
It's right there. Fuck, it's right there. Did I get it? Fuck. Did I actually? No way.
Yeah, he gone. All
right, well, that's on camera, so if I got it, I'll do the instant replay. All right, back to what we were talking about, the very heavy subject matter on the album, not the mosquito. Attacking everyone in the room. So you said you cringe, like, is that just because it's uncomfortable to put it out to the world, or like?
Yeah, you're vulnerable. Yeah. Once you start saying all of this stuff, you know, you're vulnerable. But, you know, like when I listen to like Tupac say, and even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. Those are like, that's like, I know he cringed when he wrote that, because it's like, you know, I felt it. And it was like, I felt that as a child. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, that stuff is important. It's important that's your job as an artist.
Yeah,
you know, I believe.
I think you've done that also kind of throughout your entire career, and you've established that that's like your lane and that's what you're going to do. Yeah. So I think kind of like, I've been joking, everyone's tweeting the lyrics, but I think because people are going into it, like we say, people don't dissect lyrics now, but your fans know you got something to say.
100%.
So I think that lens, you know, they know I'm going to pay attention to what Nick's saying on this project as opposed to other people.
100%. They expecting something of that caliber, whether it's a punchline that's witty, whether it's a story, whether it's some pain, whether it's, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. They expecting something lyrically. So, and I know that, so that's why I put that into the music.
So then what was it like making this album? Like, what was your goal going into it, you know, coming off the last few projects, like I Took It Personal and Sunday Dinner?
Last year was just tumultuous. I lost like 3 people. I lost a sister, I lost a cousin, I lost a friend. And that made it to where I was in a dark place for a little while, especially after my sister. I was just in a little dark spot, but the thing that got me out of it was my son and just writing. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I felt like I had to put that into this album, which I had already done. And I could have put more into this one. It was just like I wasn't ready to.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, was there any thought of like, maybe I'm not ready to dissect these feelings or put them out there yet? Like, and then, you know, maybe wait or put out a different album? Like, did you have that thought process at all? Or did you know you had to kind of write this now?
I just felt like, man, I wasn't ready to talk about certain things involving those people, especially my sister. I wasn't ready for it yet, because I got out of that dark place And writing that stuff can put you back in that place. So it's like, I gotta get some more strength before I approach this again. So I'll touch on and speak on what I can right now, but I can give you a better album once I'm like I can manage it better. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did with my Sunday Dinner album. It was so much from my grandmother passing to my mom being on drugs, my dad being on drugs, and all of these different things. So I felt like that's just a time thing for me. Yeah.
So then with like we're kind of, I'm gonna go back to where we were talking about your career. Kind of, you said in the beginning, you had like a lot of ups and downs. We talked about you're on a major, like now you're not. You're talking about recording with your son. Like, how do you find now, not being in the major label system, like your day to day, like kind of how that's changed things for you and your approach to the music? Like, how's life after post?
Man, I love the perks of being on a major, but I love the freedom of being independent more.
What were the perks?
Just being notoriety, exposure, money.
Money's the big one, probably.
Money's the big one. Not to say it ain't make money independently, but those were like the perks and just different experiences that I had on a major. But creatively, I wasn't the happiest person. Just because
it felt like you had to deal with other people's inputs, or
absolutely, for sure, 100%. And I don't feel like you don't want too many chefs in the kitchen, man. It's just, especially when it comes to that. Now I'll take great opinions. If it's a great opinion about a record, I don't mind it. But something that was totally left from what I was trying to accomplish, and that just didn't make sense for me, just because I felt like we was trying to get to a certain place quickly.
Yeah.
And that can set you back, just trying to. And
it's also like an opinion might not be right or wrong. It's just not my vision. And this whole thing is supposed to be my vision. So if it doesn't line up, I don't want to do it. That's more than fair as an artist.
For sure. And if you have great ideas, I'm not opposed to it. But it was certain songs that were like, I made them, but it was like, I'm just warming up. I'm not where I want to be creatively yet. I'm just trying new things. But I know. Me personally, I know when I got it. I know when it's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you were no longer on the major, and you said like there were perks from being on it, like did you have to recalibrate like goals, expectations, take on more roles now?
Absolutely. 101,000,000%.
How was that adjustment?
Yeah, that adjustment was like crucial, but it made me like see who was who. Mm-hmm. Personally and professionally, but it also made me not care as much about the things that I previously cared about, the fluff of the music business, all of the perks. It's more about being consistent in the work. That's the only way you're gonna get it. Staying in the studio, interviewing for 12 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm talking about you're doing a million interviews, so
yeah. So that's the only way you're gonna continue to maintain or just be better. But you don't want to maintain. You want to work harder than everybody else.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a function of the internet, but just how like the music industry is going and just internet content in general. Like, I feel like it's nowadays harder to have a big moment. That it's you got to have a lot of smaller moments. It's just everything has to build on each other. You have to constantly keep hitting the algorithm, like hitting this moment, this song, 100%. This video, this interview. Like it's the repeated people seeing you over and over and over again.
100%.
Kind of the name of the game at this point for everyone, even like the biggest stars.
100%. I totally agree. Some people hit the musical lottery where they just do something goofy and it just works. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not that privileged. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, like for the people that take it serious, it normally doesn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many lyricists that where it happened like that, they blow up because they get all these cosigns and comments and people posting their shit, and then you don't hear from them no more. And then that could be depressing too, because it's like, damn, what happened? I'm not gonna get this all the time. This is not a thing that's reoccurring like every day, and I think a lot of people come into the business thinking it's supposed to be like that, but doesn't happen like that. It's brick by brick.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, like you said, ups and downs, ebbs and flows. Like, it's not going to be a linear path probably for
100%.
anyone.
Yeah, nah, never.
And then kind of on the same topic, I think it was Price Tag. You said something about like the label heads lose excitement, something like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is something that, like we were talking about, like someone like Reason or like Deontay Hitchcock, like guys who I feel like sometimes you get in this position of like the new artist is like the sexy, like, oh, like they're fresh and new. And then once you're kind of established, if people aren't like, you're not Drake yet, it's like, oh, well, let's move on. Who's like the next new guy?
Right.
Like, I feel like that's how everything goes.
100%. It's always with the new guy, it's always fresh because it's like you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you've been around for a while, it's like, it didn't take off in the time that it was supposed to, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but you always see those people again.
Right.
Know, so,
but I think people have also kind of wisened up and why there's a little more talk about like, you know, going the independent route, because I think people are now realizing like there's a lot to be gained and there's a lot of things you could do if you have a dedicated core fan base. Like you could do a lot with, you know, having 1,000, 10,000, 50,000. Like you don't need like 100 million streams necessarily to be successful. You can be very successful with, you know, not that.
Totally agree. That's your favorite artist, Tyler the Creator. Does he have like any radio records, songs that you would consider?
Not too many. I get really excited if he does, but no, not really. Yeah.
So, but he's a great example of you don't really have to aim for that. Yeah. Just be super artistic in what you do.
Yeah,
he's been like that since day one.
Since day one. Yeah, it's crazy. It's yeah, I picked a good one. I picked him pretty early on as my favorite, like in the beginning of his career. And
he freaked me out in the beginning though with the Yonkers video.
See, I like hated it too. I saw the Yonkers video and then the Earl video. Ever see the Earl video where they're like peeling off their fingernails and like drinking like a drug smoothie, something crazy. And I didn't like when I first saw it. I was like, someone told me to watch it, and I was like, this is weird.
Oh yeah, when they had the blender and shit. I did see that.
And then I was like, also their names are dumb. Like I kind of hated it. But something about like the video made me just interested enough to rewatch it again, and somehow I just became like obsessed, and I became like a huge Odd Future fan and like super obsessed with them. Literally like 2010, 2011, whatever that was. So but yeah, and obviously he's evolved a ton, but you kind of have the freedom to evolve when you have a dedicated fan base like that.
For sure, 1,000,000%.
You're not chasing anything.
Right, at all. Yeah, he does like festivals, and I seen him in some movie the other day.
He was in Marty Supreme.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, just cultivating and building your own fan base. Like, that's amazing.
And to the point of like, you know, staying true to your vision and what you want to do and not compromising that. You know, I think
important.
That's big.
That's important.
Do you want to do any movies or acting, anything like that, or anything outside of music?
Absolutely, man. I'm like really heavy into screenwriting now.
Really?
Yeah. For one of my albums, I did the Sunday Dinner album. I did a short film.
Yeah.
But it was like they was telling me, like people at my label at the time was telling me like, yo, you got to find a way to stay active on socials. So I sat back one day. I was like, yo, I want to do a comedy. They look like a comedy. That's how they was looking at me. I'm like, yeah. So it was like, how do you want to do that? I was like, I'm going to shoot it for 20 minutes and chop each episode up for 30 seconds to a minute. So those posts last me. It was like 30 posts. They last me for like 4 months of just being active.
That's awesome.
You know, so yeah. So that was just me just brainstorming on how to do it. But more importantly, the movie just did great. People were like, yo, I want to see you in this like more. And mind you, this was something I was trying to do on the majors that.
Yeah, they were talking you out of it probably.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But that's probably been the biggest thing that got me the most attention at once.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
The film?
The film.
That's awesome. I feel like that's a sign that you got to do it again. You got to do something like that.
For sure. I wrote a whole script.
Comedy again or something else?
Comedy. I just love comedy. Like growing up, bro, it's like, yeah, I love Jay-Z, I love Nas, but I think the person that I identify with most creatively was Ice Cube. Because everybody was trying to be so cool, like, and which is cool, but it was like, When I saw Friday, it was over. It was like, man, he has another side to him.
Yeah.
Because he was scary in the beginning to me. Like,
right. To everyone.
Yeah. But when he showed that side, it was like, oh, nah, man, he's entertainment in a way. He's serious, but it's entertainment in a way, too. But this is like the real side of him, the more common side. And I think I related to that when I was young. So, yeah.
That's cool. What other comedies did you really like growing up?
Man, I think all black comedies. I think one of my favorite movies is Nutty Professor.
That's a good one.
Hell yeah,
that's a
Money
good one.
Talks. First Rush Hour.
That's a good one. It's classic.
Yes, just so you ever see Money Talks?
No.
You gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, Chris Tucker.
All right.
Classic comedy. You'll love it.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, man, I got so many, bro. Anything Eddie Murphy for real. Early Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Vampire in Brooklyn. I'm like, ghetto baby. We used to sit in the dark and watch all those movies and just laugh. So, yep.
That's awesome. All right. So I'm expecting to see a comedy in the theaters one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about it when these cameras cut off. I don't want nobody to steal my idea.
Right. And you should cast How the Creator. There you go. Since he's an actor, you can cast him in it.
He'd actually be dope in it.
He would be dope.
Yeah, I think it'd be dope. Yeah, some money for that though.
Yeah. Well, I think to do a movie in general, you got probably need a lot of money.
He's gonna cost more than the movie.
Was that like when you put the film you did for Sunday Dinner together? Like, was there a budget concern? Were you just like, let's just like run and gun kind of? Like, how'd you?
Very low budget.
Yeah.
Very low. It was for the album, so it wasn't just something I just decided to shoot out of nowhere. Kind of fit the role out of the album, so I put it out like that.
But you can do a lot. Like there's people here that do like sketch comedy stuff. Mm-hmm. There's one guy here. He might still be here. His name's Mikey Pavs. Shout out Mikey Pavs. Like I've been with him helping him shoot a sketch. He's shooting with no lighting on one of these cameras, like a dimly lit room, run and gun. You're like, this is gonna look like shit. The end product is like a professional.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like
for
it's
sure.
Unbelievable. So like you could do a lot. You don't need a big budget to make something that looks incredible. Like you can do it for sure.
Yeah, I think I did it for like 30,000.
Yeah, that's
like
still
30,
money.
Yeah, still money. I think I did it for like 30,000, but it came out. It was worth it. It was worth it for me because it garnered so much attention. Where people were like, "Yeah, we love the album. Well, when is part 2 of this dropping?" So, yeah, it's a sign. Definitely do it again, like you said. Got to do it again.
Trying to think what else. You mentioned the other video. I wanted to bring that up. The other video we did that you said you talked about touring with Nas and Lauryn Hill and all that. How long ago was that?
Man, that was 2018. Yeah.
Was that your first big tour? Or how do you?
Yeah, that was my first big tour. That was like they were doing arenas, and I was opening arenas, and I remember being nervous because it was like my first time, and one of them was just packed. You know what I mean? It's just seeing it packed like that, and it was like, I got to do every time.
I feel like opening it for an arena tour seems like low key one of the harder things to do.
Yo, I almost shit myself walking out there, but it was amazing. It was amazing though, man. Just seeing the crowd out there, like being super nervous, man. It was dope though, like amazing. So, and they just amazing people. Like they could be like, I'm going to my trailer, I'm going on my bus. Don't bother me until, it's time to go on stage. But I remember one day Lauryn Hill I went laser tag with her. All kind of, we was playing laser tag.
That's awesome.
She popping out with the guns.
Was she nice with it?
She was nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, yo, she's athletic.
Let's go. That's awesome.
She's running around in the dark.
That's so funny.
Yeah, shit was so dope, bro. Super, super dope. Super good time. Nas, super good dude too, man. Always has great advice. That was an amazing tour. And he was so like gracious to just come out before the tour. Cause I think I was upset about not being on like the freshman cover or something.
Yeah.
And I was on tour with Ab-Soul at the time. And we went to dinner. Where did we go? I think it was a restaurant upstairs from the venue. And this was in New Orleans. He just happened to be in New Orleans at the time. And nobody told me he was coming. We just was eating our food. He just walks in. He was like, yo, what's up, man? You good? He's like, you want to go on tour? So we kind of just built from there. He's like, it's not only me, it's Lauryn too. But he was like, yeah, man. And I guess he was like, don't be upset about, they was telling me you was upset about, not being on the cover. And I'm like,
who's telling him that?
Like,
I'm not telling that.
So he was like, well, let me tell you this. He was like, how many people on that cover sitting down having dinner with Nas?
That's true. Probably none of them.
I was like, well, yeah, there we go. So a great experience, man. Great people.
I mean, those are two of the greats.
Two of the greatest for sure. And you can, after you meet them and just be around them, you kind of understand why they deserve to be in those positions that they're in life, and you understand why they made it so far because you start to understand them as people. So yeah, great people.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I feel like people get very successful for a reason. So I'm sure when you get an up close look at how they're going about their day and going about their work, it becomes probably pretty apparent why.
For sure.
Was there a lot you took from that, like, and you applied, or advice? You said Nas gave a lot of good advice. Was there anything you took from that experience and really changed how you went about things going forward?
Yeah, just watching their shows and how they transition from song to song. Mm-hmm. I remember Lauren saying she's been performing those songs for like 20 years, so she got to make them interesting.
That's true.
So that's why she speeds them up and she switches the flows. And so if a song, I'm not at that point in my career, but that's a gem that I always put in my back pocket. So if I get to that stage in my career, that's something that I can apply to it. But the way Nas works the stage, mm-hmm. Just his movement, and when he take a break, everything is meticulously timed to know when it's time to do what. So yeah, all of that stuff, man. The way he talks to the crowd, it's just so much, bro. It's just so much you could take from both of them, And I was just like a kid out there, just just wide eyed.
Did you ever try recording with them or nah?
Nas one time. Nas a few times. Nas a few times. We just never got to it.
Yeah. Who's like a dream feature or collab you'd like to get?
Of course Nas, but Kendrick,
yeah.
Kendrick is one.
Have you ever tried for that? Like someone you tried and then like.
Yeah, he hit me up one time saying I was like one of his favorite artists.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like, man, you're one of my favorites right now.
When was this?
This was, I can't remember, 2022, one of those points. I can't remember. Yeah, he hit me up just saying I was one of the best. It was when we put out God Bless the Child. Mm-hmm. Another close, tight friend that's close to Kendrick. His name is Tay Beast. Amazing producer.
Yeah, he's in. Is he like part of TDE or?
Yeah. TDE affiliate for sure. But yeah, he's amazing. Tay Beast is like one of my best friends for sure too. So, Kendrick heard the project and was just like, man, he's one of my favorites. So
that's awesome. Yeah. You got to speak that into existence, then.
Yeah, nah, for sure. For sure.
Right. So, Smile, like we said, it's very, very, very good. It's been getting a lot of praise, I've been saying, but there's a reason for it because it's one of the best albums I've heard in a long time. It's very,
thank
very
you.
Great.
Thank you. Trackmasters is on there too. I want people to know that.
Yeah.
The iconic hip hop producers, they did it.
I noticed. Also, speaking of producers on the album, my boy, I'm good friends with Stoic.
Oh wow.
And he has
amazing.
He has a few track, right? Couple he produced, right?
He did same song. He did the one with Punch. And he did No Shortcuts.
Yes, he did No Shortcuts.
Yeah, No Shortcuts. Yeah, he got a couple on there.
He's dope.
He's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I love his work. Like anytime I'm like uninspired, I just plug up and listen to a lot of his joints, and at some point I'll climb out of, I don't know if it's writer's block. I don't really believe in writer's block anymore, but I just get inspired. Yeah.
What if you're not writer's block, whatever you want to call it, or not feeling inspired? Is there anything you do to kind of get yourself out of that?
Yeah, I walk away from it. I just go out and live life. Yeah. At some point it's gonna hit you again. It never goes away, bro.
Yeah.
It never goes away. At some point you're just gonna get inspired. You may see something. Somebody may have a story or talk, and that may inspire. Sometimes that can inspire a whole album. It just depends on how you feel that day. Yep.
Hell yeah. All right. So what's the plan for? I know it'll have already happened by the time this comes out, but you have like a listening party or like a listening experience coming up.
Brooklyn Library.
And then is there anything else like tour shows coming up? You said the CDs are coming, but is there anything else people can expect for the rest of the year?
Just working on the tour, trying to put it together. I gotta do that more often.
Just perform or getting out on the road?
Yeah, just getting out, performing, touring. I gotta do that more.
Yeah, it's a grind though, I'm sure.
Yeah, nah, for sure. 100 million %. But yeah, I got the listening, and just expect more projects, man. I'm working on a project with me and Tay Beast have been trying to get together to do God Bless the Child 2. One of my favorite singers of all time, Tweet. I don't know if you're familiar with Tweet.
Tweet? No.
Yeah, she was signed to Missy Elliott early 2000s. Amazing singer. Just a good person too. But
you work with a lot of like legendary people. Like you're working with people, new artists, like artists who are legacy acts. Like you're kind of all over the spectrum, which is dope to kind of have like the respect from people across the board.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I just think I'm in a position where, I've just been around, and people just love and respect it, and I have the same respect for them. So I'm just like the cousin everybody just fuck with. You know what I mean?
All right. And if people don't follow you, where can they follow you? We'll end on that.
Nick Grant 88, all platforms.
All right.
All platforms.
Stream, buy, smile. It's fire. Can't co-sign it enough. And I really appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you, man, for having me, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man. Thanks, bro. That was fire.
Thank you, man. That was great.